workout. I'm really excited to have you join today. I'm excited to be here. I'm proud of you for showing up for you and for showing up for your body. And we will jump right in by just lifting the arms up overhead and bringing them down. And up and down. Up, over, and down. From here, up and twisting over. And back to center, up and over. Opposite side. And center. And going over. 1, 2. And 1. And 2. And one more time. 1. And 2. From here, I'm going to be bringing my arms out up front, hinging at the hips. So I'm bringing my hips out forward and coming to a halfway like forward fold, a halfway stance. And I'm going to be going around and up. So that's going to be down and up and down and up and opposite side, down and up and down, coming on to a standing position. Bringing the hands down and kind of shrugging out the shoulders, getting comfortable. From here, I'm going to be going with gravity, kind of with gravity and momentum. So I'm going to just be swinging at the hips, letting my arms loose. You can see they're really like spaghetti. So my arms are just going wherever my shoulders are leading them. But I'm trying to keep my hips facing forward. So I'm not incorporating the hips, just the upper body, and just twisting around and around. In just a second, we will be adding the hips. So it's going to be a bigger twist. And from here, just kind of shrug my shoulders out. We're going to be continuing with this kind of loose feeling. I'm going to be bringing my hands up and just letting them fall. And bring them back up and letting them fall and come back in. I'm really going with the momentum that I have. So up, I'm not actively swinging my arms. I'm letting them fall and they're just swinging back and forth kind of on their own. And down. I'm throwing them actively down though. I am kind of throwing them so that the momentum is higher. And from here, just kind of wiggle it out. And let's separate our legs to about a sumo squat kind of position. We're going to be hinging at the hips, bringing forward and coming back. So I'm wide stance, wider than hip width. Hips, I'm tilting my hips forward, so I'm spinning them forward, bringing the kind of that bone that I have, bringing it forward. We have like two bones that stick out on the hips. So we're bringing them forward and bending forward and coming back up. Down and up. And back up. And coming back to the center of the mat. From here, I'm going to keep that wide stance. I'm going to be leaning from one foot to the other. That's it. And from here, staying wide, down to a sumo squat and back up. This is what a sumo squat would look like. Down and back up. If you want, you can just bring your hands forward. I'm really pushing my hips back. And let us meet in the center of the mat. Staying wide here. Curling my back down. Coming to a forward fold. and just kind of swinging from side to side. My hands are almost sweeping the floor. And now we're coming forward and backward. You might find that this a little bit wakes up your stability and your balance. And from here, both hands to right foot. Right arm lifts up and chest opens up with it. And switching sides, slowly walking over. Both hands to left foot, left arm lifts up, opening up the chest. Both arms to center, rounding the back, really rolling up vertebrae after vertebrae. And we'll move into a little bit of balancing. From here, just toes on the ground, hands on the hips. And we're gonna be switching toes. And switch. I want you to hold on like every swap for like 2 seconds to really feel the position. And swap. And swap. Swap. And both toes. We're lifting up and coming on down. And lifting up. I want you to really try and lift as high as you can. If you need a wall beside you, that's totally fine. Lifting up. Oh, I lost my balance there. And down, let's do 2 more here. And from here, I'm going to be leaning onto my left foot, and right foot is going to just be lifting and lowering. For 3, 2, 1, and switching sides. You can wiggle out your ankles if you feel that kind of strained them a bit. And leaning onto that right foot and lift and lower. If you want to smile, sometimes that makes it funner. Tricks our body. It doesn't trick our body, but it, like, when we smile, when I smile, speaking for myself, I sometimes just feel good. You know? Like, it's just, why not, right? And 1 more here. And kind of wobble it out from side to side. From here, we're going to do an exercise that a lot of you may know already. Some tightrope walking. Let us jump right in. Heel toe. Hands out to the side. What I want to do is a little bit with a twist. We're going to be walking from one corner of the mat to the other corner. So I'm going to be heel toeing on a diagonal. And I'm going to be walking backwards. If you can, keep your focus up forward and not down at your feet. If you feel like looking down at your feet helps with the stability and it's necessary, please do so. If you can, look up straight. The hands out to the side will help with the balance. If the hands are down, it might make it a little more challenging as we speak. Yeah, so you can choose your level. Well done. From here, I'm going to be going down onto my knees. And I'm going to just be bringing my hips down to my heels and back. If you want extra stability, it might help to curl your toes under, or you can have them flat, whatever's most comfortable for you. And we're going to be going down and up. And And let's do that 3 more times. And up. And from here, I'm going to be sticking out my right foot and lifting it. And lift. 2 more. Oh. And 1 more. And now I'm going to be doing the same thing with putting my hand down on the ground. I'm going to be lifting it. You feel like you can lift it probably a little higher. 2, 3, and let's switch sides. First, we're going to do it without reaching down to the floor. So we're going to be lifting. 3, 4. Keep it really low if you feel unstable. As you saw, I almost lost my balance. Really, it's just a light tap. All right, and bringing the hand down and lifting for 4. And coming on down to a seated position. From this position, I'm going to imagine that I have a ball, or if you have a ball, you're more than welcome to put it in between your legs right over here. And we're going to be lifting and lowering that leg over the ball. Breathing while you do it and switching legs. I am trying to keep my torso further up. The further down I go, the easier it'll become. The straighter I am, the more challenging it is. And that ball is right over, and I'm switching legs. Over. 2, 1, and heel faces heel. You can kind of wiggle it out. And let's come on down to a full lying position. Okay. Hands on the floor at about a 45-degree angle. Arms are interlaced, thumbs are supporting the neck. From here, my legs are going to come to a 90-90 position. I'm going to be bringing in my knees to my head, and my head to my knees. So what I'm going to be doing is crunching in and back, and in and back, and in and back. Let's do 3 more here. 3, 2, 1, and long legs, long legs, long arms. Oh, that was a tongue twister. And from here, I'm going to be doing what's called a reverse crunch. So what that looks like is my legs are going to be up straight, and I'm pushing up to the ceiling and coming down. Arms are about a 45-degree angle from the body, and I'm lifting my legs up, pushing them up, lifting my hips, and coming back down. And again, bringing them in, lifting my hips, and coming back down. I'm lifting my hips really slightly, and I'm pulling from this area, like from my pelvic floor, it's kind of coming from an internal pull, and not so much that I'm pushing the floor, right? So I'm not pushing my hips up with the floor. Like the floor is creating some sort of counter force, but I'm really trying to lift from my core. And 2, and 1. Oh, well done. That was a challenging exercise. From here, I'm going to keep my left foot bent, right foot straight, and just lift it and lower. And I'm going to be bringing it in and kicking it out. And little circles, same foot, little circles, outward circles, I'm going in a clockwise circle and counterclockwise. Ooh, the front of my leg is feeling that. And so is my core a bit. All of it is wakey, wakey. And switching sides, right leg bent, left leg straightens, and lift and lower. When I'm lowering, I'm not reaching the floor completely, and when I'm lifting, I'm staying within a range that I can control the motion. So I'm doing it slow, I'm doing it controlled, and from here I'm going to be in and out. And out, and those little clockwise circles. And switching sides, reversing the circle. 3, 2, 1. Hug both knees in. Roll a little on your back. And come on over to your side. Starting on my right side. From here, I'm going to be lifting up onto my arm, up, and coming on down. And lifting up, and coming down, pushing up, and from here, I'm going to be lifting up, bringing it all the way over, and back down. And again, lifting up, bringing it over, and coming back on down. And pushing it up, lifting over, and back down. And one more time, push up, lift over, and come on back down. From here, I'm with my elbow on the floor. I'm with my whole arm on the floor. Again, I am reminding you that I do want my arm to be directly under my shoulder, so I don't want any of that. We want a straight line from the shoulder to the floor. And I'm going to be lifting, my other arm is going to continue that line, and I'm going to be lifting my hips up and coming on back down. If this is really easy for you, we can level that up. The straighter your legs are, the more challenging this will be. So lifting up and coming on back down and lifting up. If you keep the knees on the floor, it definitely feels more stable. If you want to straighten and go up to a full side plank, you can do that too with one leg in front of the other. I'm kind of doing a little bit of both to show the options. And release that shoulder. Ooh, I am feeling that. And let's come on and switch sides. We're going to be starting by pushing up and coming on back down. And back down. And that's it. From here, we're coming, twisting over and coming on back down. And lifting up, coming over and back, up, over, and back. And let's go for 2 more here. Over, and back, and up, over, and back. Let's move on to those hip dips. So my knees are going to be lined up to one another. Again, if you'd like, you can extend your legs one in front of the other, and we can lift up like that. If you'd like to bend your knees, also perfectly great option. And lifting up and back. You can put your hand here as well. And back. And up. Last one here.
And let's come on and swivel onto all fours. From here, I'm just gonna rock a little bit forward and backwards on my wrists to warm them up. And we're gonna be going in a full circle. So I'm creating a circular motion with my shoulders. I'm imagining that my shoulders are holding markers, and I'm drawing a circle with those markers. And I'm gonna reverse directions. Awesome. From here, if your wrists are feeling tired, feel welcome to come on down to your elbows. And we're going to be leaning onto the elbows, straightening the right foot and just lifting it. Lifting and lowering. And from here, we're going to be bringing it in and lift. Bring it in and lift. When I bring it in, I'm really trying to keep my shoulders square, like keep my shoulders where they are. I'm not bringing my whole body forward with it. I'm just crunching it in and lifting it up. Crunching it in and lifting up. 2 more here. In. And let's switch sides. We're going to start just with the straight leg, lifting and lowering. I just noticed my neck was like kind of hanging. If you notice that you're kind of slouching in the back, you might want to pick up your head, look up, give a little smile. I caught myself kind of just forgetting about holding all the other parts and bringing it in and lift. We're bringing in that foot, bringing it in. 2 more here. In. And bring those hips back, hands forward, child's pose. Deep breath. And coming back onto all fours. Recommend you can stay on your elbows actually, that's where we will be staying. And we're gonna just be holding a position that's basically a plank position, but with my knees on the ground. So I'm extending my knees a little bit further, so they're at an angle. As you can see, they're not directly under my hips, and I'm just holding here for about 10 seconds. Make sure you're not slouching into your shoulders, lift up high, press through the shoulders, and slowly come on down to your belly. From here, I'm gonna bring my hands to shoulder height and push up to cobra. And again. And push up. And one more time. Lift and push up. And push it all the way back to child's pose. From here, I'm gonna swing on around to lying on my back. We'll start the cool down on the back before we move to a sitting position. So I'm gonna swing on down, come to my back. There we go. From here, I'll start by hugging both of my knees in, giving them a hug. They're good knees. And rolling from side to side. And from here, long legs, long arms. And I will be bringing my left foot, right hand crosses over to the left knee and pulls it up and over, trying to keep my left shoulder as close to the ground as possible. And I look over to my left side while my leg twists to my right. And back to center, opposite leg. Lift that right leg, left arm pulls the right knee over to the left side. Right shoulder aims to stay on the ground while the right arm stretches out to the right side, and I look to over my right shoulder. From here, I'm going to come back to my lying in the center of my mat, and I'm going to be reaching my arms over to the right side of my mat, and my legs over as well while my body stays in the center. I'm going to be creating a banana shape. Just breathing here, inhale, exhale. Notice if maybe your tummy is going up and down. Maybe your chest is going up and down. If you do notice that that your breathing is in your chest, try to just focus on your breath and take note. When we breathe into our bellies, sometimes we can get more oxygen in, which can make us feel a little better. And over to the right hand side. Legs to the left corner of the mat. I'm sorry, my left and right got confused. Over to the left hand side of the mat, and hands over to that left top corner. And we will roll over onto our sides. Push ourselves up to a seated position. Spread the legs out. Hands come up overhead, and I reach forward. Both hands come up, and we put both hands, trying to lean the elbow of the right hand over on the floor, and left hand joins it. Left hand is just joining the right hand. It's not pushing down into the elbow, just the right hand is elbow on the floor. And coming on up, both hands over to the right foot. Both hands over to the left side. Left elbow comes down this time. And I really lean into that elbow. And both hands to the left foot. And coming to a comfortable position. Deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. However is comfortable for you. If it's both through the mouth or both through the nose, whatever works. But again, inhale. Exhale. Notice your shoulder rising and dropping with the inhales and exhales. You can rock a little side to side. Kind of forward and back. Rock forward and back. From here, I'm going to stop rocking. Hands are going to lift up through the sides. Palm faces palm. Hands come down through the center. Congratulations. I hope you are feeling good, invigorated, alive. Thank your body for being able to move today and to provide you with vitality. And yeah, without our bodies, well, we're still us, but I'm grateful to just have my body in this world. It's a good body, and we live in a good world. So you can say thank you to your bodies for being able to provide you with some awesome and well done exercise. And I